Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she'd been bustling about at a feverish pace. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it to make a happy home. It turned out that star bits weren't the only things buried in ice. There were tools and furniture unlike any they had ever seen, and the girl used them to build a home. Looking at the completed house, Luma remarked, "Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us?" With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate, it was certainly spacious, but still something seemed to be missing. "If only my father, brother, and mother were here," the girl said wistfully. Indeed, the house was too large for its two small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny close to her heart, the girl fell asleep in the starship. Chapter 6, Friends. Then one day, while the girls sat sipping tea, a tiny apricot-colored planet appeared on the horizon. From the planet, another Luma of the same color emerged. "Do you two know each other?" the girl asked the two Lumas gleefully. Despite the girls' excitement, they seemed uneasy. The two Lumas neither drew closer nor backed away from each other. Instead, they just stared. Then one Luma broke the silence. "My mama." At once, the apricot Luma parroted back, "My mama, my mama." "My mama, my mama." The two Lumas began to dance around the girl frantically, and neither showed any sign of stopping. The girl was so charmed by this adorable scene that she couldn't help but laugh, and that's when something very strange happened. Suddenly, more Lumas began to pop out from the apricot planet. They were different colors, but they all shouted the same thing, "My mama, my mama." The sight of all the shouting Lumas only made the girl laugh harder. "What am I going to do with all these children?" The Lumas just stared blankly as she doubled over laughing. "I guess we'll have to name each and every one of you." Tomorrow, once she had finished naming them all, she would begin moving all the Lumas into the new house. Chapter 7, The Telescope. After seeing their 100th comet, a sudden thought popped into the girl's head. "I wonder if my home planet is still as blue as it was." That's when she remembered her father's telescope. Peeking into the telescope, a tiny blue dot floated into sight. It was smaller than a star bit. "How strange. It's so far away, but it feels so close." She twisted the knob of the telescope, and the blue dot grew until she could make out a grassy hill dotted with flowers. It seemed very familiar to her. Kind of looks like Peach's castle there for a second. Zooming even closer, a terrace on the hill came into view. "I used to go stargazing out there when I lived on my home planet." She remembered rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as she followed her father up that hill to look at the stars. She remembered how she and her brother would sled down that hill. She remembered having picnics with her mother on that hill on bright and windy days. And "I want to go home. I want to go home right now." The girl burst into tears, and the Lumas didn't know what to do. "I want to go home. I want to go back to my house by that hill. I want to see my mother." The girl was shouting now, her face wet with tears. But I know she's not there. I knew all along that she wasn't out there in the sky. Because she's sleeping under the tree on the hill. Oh. Dang. The girl's cries echoed through the stars, and a hush fell over the area. Chapter 8. The Wish. Though usually quite cheery, one day the girl became sad again. Luma drew close and tried to comfort her. "Mama, you still have me. And don't be sad about your mama, because she's a part of you. That means she's always close by." It's like me. I love starbits because they remind me of my mama. No, no, the girl said, unable to stop the tears. A lonely look flickered across Luma's face, but it was soon replaced by a wide grin. "I have an idea. I'll transform into a comet, a soaring comet that can carry you all on this journey." With that, Luma, trailing bands of white, soared high into the sky and just as quickly started to plummet back down. Kaboom! Kablam! The ground shook and a bright light poured out of the crater that the Luma had created. The bands of light twisted together to form a comet tail. And then Luma emerged reborn as a comet. The girl could scarcely believe her eyes, but how? She kept asking. "Our destiny as Lumas is to transform into different things," said Red Luma, who had suddenly appeared. "Stars, comets, planets. We can all become all of these things. When I grow up, I want to become a star that makes someone special smile," said Green Luma. Blue Luma chimed in. "That Luma turned into a real cutie of a comet, didn't he?" All the Lumas together said, "No more crying, Mama." "Thank you," said the girl in a whisper, and she pulled the Lumas close and hugged them. Aww. From that day on, starbits no longer fell from the girl's eyes. The comet set forth for the girl's home planet, its long tail blazing proudly behind it. Final chapter, Family. With its many lumas and telescopes, the comet was quite a sight to behold. The girl and Lumas were proud to call it home. At a welcoming party for a new Luma, the girl gathered everyone in the kitchen and said in a louder voice than usual, "Alright everyone, let's make a cake sprinkled with star bits. Then it will be a star cake." The Lumas excitedly began to gather the ingredients. As she watched the Luma scurry about, the girl smiled and thought to herself, "This is my family now, and I will stay with them until they're ready to leave the nest. And when they do leave, I'll set them off with a smile. I'll see them off with a smile." Because that's what makes a mother happiest. That night, when the girl lay down to sleep, a soft light enveloped her and reminded her of the blue planet she once called home. But it would be nice to return to home once every 100 years to nap in my favorite sleeping nook. The comet carrying the Lumas and the girl continues on its journey to this very day. With more family members in tow than can be counted, it is said that the comet visits the girl's home planet once every 100 years, its proud white tail glittering in the sky. The end. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Encore! Encore! No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's sad though. That's all. My story is finished. Oh yeah. It's a nice library, by the way. So, if in case of you guys wondering, that was Rosalina's backstory. So yeah. Now that we know, it's kind of crazy how that worked. Alright. That was a good story time. Hope you guys enjoyed that with my storytelling. Yeah. So, the only other things I'm missing are just some of the comments. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so I think I'm just going to wrap it up here for now, and then I'll do the extra stages and stuff another time for Galaxy. So yeah, everybody, this is pretty much Super Mario Galaxy. I didn't do all the galaxies, but I'll come back and do the extra ones for another time. So, yeah. Alright, you guys. This is it for Galaxy. I'm going to cut off here for now. This has been Redrover 520. Hope you guys enjoyed Super Mario Galaxy. I'll be back for another final playthrough with the garden section and the extra stars. You can definitely count on that. And I also got Super Mario Sunshine to cover up too, so I need to go back and finish that as well for the extras. So, until then, with the single player adventures, until next time you guys, see yous.